Good afternoon, everybody. This is Mr. Vandehei coming to you with a little video entitled College Credits in High School, How to Collect the Credits. I do know that we probably touched upon this at least once, but I also know from experience that come May or June, before you're ending your senior year and going into college, a lot of people don't remember the exact details. So I'm going to try to cover every single situation in which high school credits can turn into college credits, every single situation, but I'm going to try to keep the video brief enough that in about 12 minutes we've got it all covered, so we don't get too lengthy, too wordy. So starting off with the four-year stuff, the cap credits are obviously part of the mix. So cap credits, you do know that when you get cap credits, we went through and we're about the only high school that has this. We've got a list of classes that we gave to you that tells you exactly what credits the cap classes count for in the UW system courses. Where we understand that cap credits are coming from UW Oshkosh. This is how they count at the other schools in the system, like Eau Claire and Green Bay and La Crosse, Madison, etc. So we do know what they're going to count for. The big question after that then is, how do you get them to turn into credit? Because in almost every case, when there's a high school class that turns into college credit, there's something you have to do, and you have to do it because of FERPA. Nobody else can do it for you. So in the CAP class, there's two ways you can find that. The first way is if you went to the high school website. We put a little link on here, and the link, let's see, we'll try it again. Okay, the link is coming up right now. But we put a link on here on the high school guidance page on the website, and on there's a part that says transcripts, and underneath transcripts you can figure out how it'll say UW Oshkosh CAP transcripts, and you can send them from there. Now, that's a couple links. That's going to our website in the first place and hitting a couple links, and there it is, UW Oshkosh transcripts. If you want to shortcut that and you think this is easier, just Google UW Oshkosh CAP, and there's going to be a spot that says transfer and credits. Now, here's the tricky part with CAP. When you take a high school class and want to turn it into credit, you think you're done with the class. You have CAP, and say you have CAP calculus and it got done in March, so you think you can take those credits and transfer them. You got to be a little bit careful, because UW Oshkosh is on a different calendar than us. UW Oshkosh is on semesters, we're on trimesters. So usually what's going to happen is at the end of their semester, they're going to put it on their record. So if you want to be careful about sending transcripts from Oshkosh to another school to get the credits to count, what you probably want to do is check out for free, and it's coming up on the screen right now. For free, you can check out an unofficial transcript of yours, from your UW Oshkosh account, and you can see if the class showed up yet. You can see if our CAP calculus or CAP pre-calc or stats showed up yet. And if it's on there, then you want to request the official transcript, which is going to cost you about $12. What I don't want to happen is I don't want you to request the official transcript for $12 and send an empty transcript. That happened last year. I got a call from Paul Berglund saying, "Hey, why wasn't my class there?" And that was the exact reason. He was done in Brilliant a month and a half ago, but Oshkosh doesn't do it until the end of their semester, and they actually have 10 business days after that before it has to be transcripted. So if you do want to check, that's the way to do it, is to go the Google route and go to Oshkosh's transcript, where you can see the unofficial and the official, and that'll take care of you. So, and it will cost you about $12. So you got to have a debit card, credit card, or something there handy. So, so that's the Oshkosh part of it. That's CAP credits in a nutshell. Another thing you want to look at is, what about AP classes? How do you get those AP classes to turn into credits? And there's two ways to do that. One is when you're first taking the AP test, when you get the test coming up, you go to your College Board account when you're about to take the test, and it says taking the exam. This one says 2021. Choose a college and send it for free. Now, you click that and you send it, and everybody should do that. I mean, why not? But the trouble with that is, say you're a junior, you have no idea exactly where you're going to end up, and you don't end up at the place you put down the first time. Then you have to go to the link above it. It says see and send past AP exam scores. Basically, you're sending your entire AP transcript of all the AP classes you've ever had. Again, this will cost a little money, so you have to have a card with you. Click on that link. It'll probably cost you around $15 is my guess. And you'll get those AP classes to get sent to Concordia, Wisconsin Lutheran, Whitewater, or wherever your destination college is. But there's something you have to do. Just because you pass the AP exam doesn't mean the college knows about that. The only way the college knows is if you do this right here on the College Board account of your own. So that's AP and that's CAP. Those are some of the big ones. One of the ones that we get a little bit confusion on is the Fox Valley Tech credits. We have a boatload of classes inside Brilliant that garner Fox Valley Tech credit, which is nice. And the list is right here of classes that we have that garner Fox Valley Tech credit and what they count for. The thing that you have to know is if you're in what's called a transcripted credit class, when you created a Fox Valley Tech account, that credit is going to automatically show up at Fox Valley Tech. It's just there. You take it at Brilliant, it's like you took it at Fox Valley Tech at the same time. Your teacher's going to put in the grade in both places, and you've got Fox Valley Tech credit in the bank. Okay. There's a different dynamic here. There's a couple classes we have with an agreement with Fox Valley Tech that are called advanced standing classes. Advanced standing is not quite as good, and there's a little bit of trickiness, and people get confused by it. But with advanced standing classes, the deal is it never shows up on your Fox Valley Tech record. We take written communications here, or as of right now, regular chemistry is in the same boat, and written comm, and we take it. It'll never show up on a Fox Valley Tech record. What their deal is they say if you get a B or better, they will let you skip that class at Fox Valley Tech. So it won't show up there, but you get to skip it if you get a B or better. That's where the confusion comes in. These top ones, any grade basically, you get a C or better, you get the credit. These bottom ones are advanced standing. You need the B, and you need, and it lets you skip the class, and you have to self-advocate. In other words, it's nowhere on paper. It's nowhere in their system. So when you go down to schedule for your Fox Valley Tech classes, you've got to bring your Brilliant record. It'll say written comm AS on it, and you're going to have to show them that and say, hey, here's my record. I get to skip written communications. It's a little trickier, but that's the way the game gets played with that. So those are two things with Fox Valley Tech. There's a third thing with Fox Valley Tech, I guess, that I would refer to as kind of a happy accident. Total accident. We didn't intend it this way, but some of these Fox Valley Tech credits can also accidentally turn into university credits. What I mean by that is Fox Valley Tech, being the masters of marketing that they are, came down to high schools and they'd say, hey, Mr. P, we've got a class just like yours. Let's make an agreement. And Mr. P makes that agreement, which he's done right here. Chemistry 2 equals their general chemistry class. Okay. Then these guys from Fox Valley Tech go over to the colleges and say, hey, guy from Whitewater, our chemistry class is the same as yours. Let's make an agreement. And the Whitewater folks nod their head and agree. So by accident, we have a double transfer where our chem equals Fox Valley Tech, which then equals the Whitewater class. Never intended that way, but you can get, with a couple of our classes, you can get university credit by taking the class here through Fox Valley Tech. The ones that you're most likely to get credit for are going to be chemistry and marketing. The other ones not as often because the other classes don't fall into a lot of university programs. Probably if you went to River Falls for horticulture, this might fall, or animal science possibly. But in general, everybody has chemistry, everybody has marketing, so there's a chance you can garner credit. How do you know that? How do you make it happen? Well, same thing. How do you make it happen is you go to Fox Valley Tech's website, and you've got to get the transcript sent from Fox Valley Tech to the school you're going to. Okay, that's one piece of it. And we do have that also on our Brilliant website, Fox Valley Tech transfer request. It'll bring you right to that page, so you can go over there. But you always have to do something. Now, I just put a little match here. I put in the chemistry class that we just talked about from Fox Valley Tech to show how it shows up in some of our four-year colleges in Wisconsin. And the top one on the list is GB. And you can go to a site called Transferology and check out, hey, does it count? Chemistry is the best. Marketing is second best as far as getting a chance for some university credit by accident. But if I check right here, UW Green Bay, and that chemistry class that we just talked about, when I click on it, and it's coming right now, it turns into chemistry 70 TLL at UWGB. from Fox Valley Tech. So you take in P's room, it turns into Fox Valley Tech credit. You send a Fox Valley Tech record to GB, and boom, you get this credit, and it does satisfy a natural science general requirement. So kind of nice, kind of an accident. You knocked off 3 credits, which basically is saving you about $1,000 in a science course when you get there. So that's an accident, but it's good. And the final way that you can get college credit in high school is by something called retroactive credit. Most of you have heard about this, hopefully, and I'm not advising you to or not to do this, but retroactive credit comes in foreign language, and the deal is this: if you take classes in high school and then you start in foreign language above their first class, if you started in Spanish 2 in college or Spanish 3 in college, what happens is in most cases, if you get a B or better, that's what this says right here, if you get a B or better in the class, if you do that, then they'll give you credit for that class and any class below it. So if I went to UW, Madison is this site right now. If I went to Madison and started in their 3rd Spanish class, at the end of that class, if I get a B, they're going to give you credit for Spanish 3, Spanish 2, and Spanish 1. So those are the 5 ways that you can get college credit from the stuff you did in high school. In almost all cases, there's something that you have to do. The only place of those 5 that you don't have to do something is if you're going to go to Fox Valley Tech itself and you took a Fox Valley Tech transcript of credit. So hopefully that makes sense. You can ask me questions anytime on any of this stuff, but I did want to put it out there in link form. So that's what I'm doing right now, so that you can also revisit that, and you'd have 24/7 access to revisiting and getting cleared up on the details if any of it gets cloudy down the road. So thank you very much.